This is Mr. Blanks with another video. Today I got my Scareclaw deck profile. I went X1 at my local on Sunday, and I got second place. I'll discuss more about my matchups as well as combos and decisions on why I play certain cards in another video. But let's get right into the deck profile and locals report. Three red card, searcher gets spell cards. Not much more to say. Yeah, I played at three. Three Scareclaw catch terror. There were times where I was like, this is kind of bricky at three, but it does come in handy. You definitely want to play three, in my opinion. I would definitely recommend playing three if you're playing like a pure Scareclaw character build, or if you don't have the field spell. Depending on playing the Scareclaw spell. Now go into this card. We'll go from ones where I'm like not impactful where you can cut them. Blown. Oh, sorry. Where's the other blown? Sorry. I think I just pet. That's three blown. I don't know where. There should be three blown. Give me 1 second. I just had it here. Oh, sorry. It's under each other. I gotta change out these over sleeves. Three blown. Helps try hard and like hard do piercing. Usually, like sometimes I would side this out if needed. Acro is my favorite one. Gives literally okay. One of these, if you have five monsters, five defense position monsters, gives it 4,500. Two of it, I believe, because it's 300 per monster. That's me 45. I think it's 6,000. I think this could boost like I have to figure out the map. I think it's 54 63. I have to figure out the map because it boosts 300 for each Scareclaw monster. Anything for each defensive. No, sorry, it's each defensive position monster, not just Scareclaw, but your Scareclaw monsters and extra monsters. Three of the stuff here recommended three of. Ashra allows multiple attacks per turn, depending on the was it depending on the up to never Scareclaw monsters you control. Ask me this I'll sometimes say this is a two of because sometimes you won't have Scareclaw monsters in defense position. Reason Star for all this came up clutch when I had it. Like there's been times where I was like, okay, I might only need sometimes I might need two, sometimes I only need one. This has at times not been a brick, but been hard to get to. The Fenrir, three Fenrir, if once I get the field spell, this might get cut down to two or one, and I'll discuss that in another video. But this card's cracked. This card literally is like it's usually if I open with this, it's usually the first card I summon. Oh, of course. Parallel Exceed. Three of this. You gotta play three. You gotta play three. This a lot of times lets you play right through nib if this is in my hand. Also combo extender. It just works. It literally just works most of the time. That's me parallel exceed. Definitely recommend it. It's also good in any deck that could exceed summon. Psychic Wilder. Never saw this. I'll try to play this to see if I can draw into it, but never draw into it. A lot of times you just need E-Telly. This card's never coming out. It was just low. It was low impact. It was like it's good if you have this opening turn, but you never really do. Ash Blossom. This is pretty good. This is good for one, but it never helped me win the game. It just helped me stall out the game long enough for me to get to the get to the card I need. Effect Veiler. Effect Veiler. A lot of times this would just help me like negate a negated effect that my opponent try to activate. I like imperm slightly more, but this being once per turn plus it can be like used from your hand even when you have cards on your field. It's just so clutch. It's just bonkers. And then spells, planet right phobia. I play three. If you I do understand why people play two, but I don't agree with it. I think you should play three. Definitely was running around. This card's cracked. My biggest thing is the card in my last locals report or the last one was Scareclaw. I played a card called Decline. Decline might come back in here because Decline, like there was been times where I had this on the field. I kind of wish I would have had Decline, like search off right card and then Decline, set it back to hand and activate it again. Like I mean, I would cut it to two, but I still recommend playing three. Rival, another three of 9 once per turn monster reborn. The thing I remember one time, I almost did a legal play because it's gotta be because it said it's target one Scareclaw reaches start for the graveyard, special in the defense position. That's mean you can't special summon back links. It's like just remember that you can't special summon back links. That means this card is dead. If you only have light card in your field, remember that. That means if you ever want to use Scareclaw Cafeteria, always try to use it on a light card. Shadow defanging. Shadow didn't come up as much. A defang in this card, like literally, if you have a link monster in the graveyard, like card, you banish it, pop a card in the field. Usually this makes that can't be destroyed by card effects or I think it's card effects and other cannot be your opponent cannot target. Yep. Shadow, a lot of times it's target one K call monster if it's start from your monster zone, one fifth of monster opponent controls. Your monster can attack equal to that opponent's monster's attack defense, whichever is higher. Pretty much. In a sense, there was a turn. I think if I would have got like fully, I could have used Shadow to gain the attack. Like yeah, but Shadow busted. The power spells, two thrust. This came in clutch. This literally came in clutch against um Labyrinth round one. I'm gonna explain that in a bit. This card I finally found the use for it. Like literally, I finally found the use for it. Two talents. A lot of times I will thrust it to talents. Most of the time, sometimes it depends on what I have because like I play a lot of power spells. Bucket of Eclipse. This overperformed. Like when it works, it works. When it doesn't, it's like okay. Like I'm just giving my opponent cards, but it doesn't even matter because it's like if you don't have the outs, because some like I think two of my rounds didn't really play hand traps like that, and then they did. It's like all right, cool. Lightning Storm, busted literally. I had an opponent who was just summoning monsters attack position. I was like, I read the cards. I was like, okay, Lightning Storm, Harpy's Feather Duster, cracked. Like literally, you just Harpy Feather Duster, and then you gotta make your opponent activate cards early. Change your heart. Oh, literally, it's like it's like okay, you either negate or you just let me. Okay, you either negate or you just let me get your card. Call by the grave. Just kind of underperformed. I did was able to use this at times, but there's other times where it's just like But it's called by the grave. Rhoda, this card's cracked. Just said add, but you gotta be careful because a lot of times they'll draw you after this. That's why it's like Dark Hold, just powerful, powerful. Like literally a lot of times I'll go on second. I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna give you like I was testing earlier that day. Someone tried to give me a poke. I just literally Dark Hold him. I was like, okay. And Imperm, Imperm. This is good. There's a lot of times though where I was like, okay, I gotta use Dark Hold first, but overall, I like the deck. It was 55 cards. Like, was it a lot? Yeah, but like most of the cards did come in handy. That's why I'm definitely gonna cut this down now because there were some cards in there that just did not work, just did not perform. Light card at three, of course, three light card. Um, a lot of times you would use this to get a monster off into the graveyard. Like you go right card into field spell, get a card, and sometimes you'll use the second monster into light card and get that off the field. And then usually with if you have right card, you'll go rival, you'll summon back another monster, and then go to a third one. It's just it's clutch, like in a sense. Yeah, never like it was never like too bad. Try hard. There was a combo where I usually go one try hard to another try hard just to get more monsters into my hand and stuff. And that's what it's mostly for. Then you use the third one, summon. You get another monster in a sense, and it just just gets you for game. It's like because it's 9 once per turn. Nah, this card's clutch. There was a ruling I had with I guess because plasma does negate it, even though I'm thinking okay, it's like because it's one of those things where, but like I still won that matchup. But yeah, that was a hard matchup. Lingreeble, Link Spider, both these two tokens. Ibly. I'm taking this card out. It's low impact, and even when I get an Ibly, I can just literally normal summon a monster because it says you cannot special summon. That's what it says. I can't remember. Ibly says you cannot special summon monsters. Except link monsters, whatever. I can just normal summon a monster and then link both of those off like a dark to dark charmer or also whichever one. I'm like, wait a second, I just got a better. I just take Lingering out and then just go to like a dark or like if I was playing against like a running player or the tier of running, I could have went that into a unicorn bounced. Yeah, there was just certain things like now I know the interaction. Like I don't need Lingering, it's just not impactful anymore. These two are clutch. If you're playing Scareclaw, you need these two cards in your deck. I recommend them. Dark, you use it with right card or light card, or even try hard. Also, any of the Scareclaw monster that's not right card. There's Nightmare Phoenix, Ib, Unicorn. Um, I'm definitely taking out. There's two cards I'm gonna take out, and and I know I should have had them in there because I think that would have helped me with the game earlier. That I could have won if I decided to play that route. Nightmare Phoenix. This comes up, but there's times where you do want to play this. IP's clutch. Never used it, but this one literally helped me win a game, like just in time. Mainly because I was able to bounce cards, and I was able to bounce this card and then just attack. Last two, Barone and number 41. Baguska is a terrible tire uh, tapper. Barone never came up, but there are lines I can get to Barone. This parallel exceed, but it's not even worth it because it's good against the hero deck. Like I played, it would have been good because then it would have put in defense. But I guess the way it's because it's a floodgate. But then I'm saying okay, I could have just went to a what you gonna call it Underworld. That's why I'm taking out this and Ling for access code and Underworld. Those are just more impactful. And I'm going right real quick. Side deck. Alpha never came up. Might cut this too. Might even cut this to general. Not bad, but it's just not useful. Nib. I had a game where I bricked and I was still able to win because I was able to nib my opponent twice. Like, yeah. Nib's clutch. Nib's clutch when you see it. Growl never came. No, sorry, it came up one game and that literally like that just won me the game because he was just done. The other two, Lightning Storm. Yeah, this card's good. Darko's better. Raigeki's better. Like like I would definitely say Darko's better. The third Darko just in case. Clutch. Third Talons clutch. Twin Saw Splash. People are not playing Splash. I think you should play Splash. Twin Saw literally is just tribute one Scareclaw monster. Like it's clutch. Target two cards your opponent controls a lot of times. This could have won me a game against deterred running if I sided in, but like I definitely like if I go to adventure builder whatever build next, this definitely card I would consider playing. This card is like you know and then Link Monsters just can't do anything. It's glass. I don't know why people don't play this. This card's cracked. It says once per turn you can target one Scarecrow monster. A restart Frosty it can attack while in face of defense position. Definitely you would take like a right card or you could take is a right card because it's 2100 defense or the one I like to usually add it to is let's see not Ash as an Asher. Astro Acro are both two styles of defense. Is it two styles of defense? No, okay, no, Acro is two styles of defense. I mean, I usually go Acro, and then I just have a two style of beat stick that can attack a defense. But the effect usually doesn't come up, but it's clutch. And if it does attacks, when your opponent activates the card effect while you control a Scareclaw monster in the extra monster zone, you can send the face of card to the graveyard to negate that effect. Yeah, you can negate the effect, and then because like at time if it's like a dark really just negate it. It's like clutch. And then it's like it negates the effect the activation goes first. That's not like this. Like for like Dark Rule and all that. So I mean Dark Rule's not be playing that format this format, but overall, overall my I went of course like I said earlier, I went X1, I got second place. I'm like happy. Okay, my matchups, Labyrinth 2-1. Um that was somewhat easy, but he was kind of rushed. He was kind of rushing because we both got there kind of late. We both got there like 5 minutes late. I was game one blowout. Game two just didn't have anything. Game three didn't have anything, but he didn't have anything. They just had set five pads, but he had none of his welcome, his Libris cards. I just lighted storm. You would activate cards. I was like, all right, cool, cool, cool. Lighting storm. It was like, and then I had thrust because the one thing about his card is the library because it's got an activated effect when it hits the field. Thrust automatically becomes recommended, and it just automatically goes in. Round two, deter rent lost 2-0. I just did a side correctly. Like literally, this was if I would have sided a twin saw, because even though he had Barkion, like, cause then I could have forced him to use Barkion and banish cards in his graveyard that he needed because there was a point where he only had runic cards, and then I knew eventually he would have to banish his Naturia runic cards and not have anything in the graveyard. But overall, that was a matchup where I'm like, all right. Me and him talked after. It was like literally it was just one of those things where I had a build going second, he had a build going first. That was just one of those conflictions. Round three, literally Trapagate 2-0. The guy that usually like me and him dueled a couple times. He usually beat me when I was playing Flu. It was like Flu, and then the one time he beat me, he was playing DDDs. But I finally I would say I got my revenge. Finally beat him. I mean this one he was struggling a little bit. Game one hand traps, uh, break time, end turn. Um, Sub average board. I go to my combo. All right, game two. Game two, do the same thing. He was like, how much things is it because he already take life points earlier? I was like, this is how much. All right, no game. He saw the writing on the wall. I was like, all right, cool. Now X1 and fourth round. This is the matchup. This was the matchup of the day. This was the one I'm like, oh my god, this matchup is tough. Okay, right here, the Destiny Hero. I knew how Destiny Hero played. I was like, all right, cool. There's it's one of those things where okay, I knew the side didn't draw, I knew the side didn't nip immediately. Right, game one, yeah, I got into like a plasma lock. All right, cool. I just scooped that up. Game two, I'm gonna go first. I went was a bucket of clips. Was it bucket of clips? I think bucket of clips. Because I think yeah, because bucket of clips does the target. It just sets face down. It was just GG. It was literally it was yep, set face down, attack over game. Game three, that was tough. It was literally set board attack, but I didn't have enough for damage because yes, he had interruptions. He was setting up a board that could have won for time, but he just ran out of time. I wouldn't say I was lucky because I could have just twin saw and popped, but overall, and then as soon as they said timing around, I was like, oh, I was so like I was just so joyful. So I was like, I know I got second place. Um, overall, how, how does deck perform? It performed well, but there were times where I just need better shuffling. I need to get new oversleeves because these are kind of starting to like rub against each other, start to stick a little bit. It's not good because then when you try to shuffle, like plus the 55 cards, it's like I won't play this build again. I can tell you that right now. I'm not playing this build again. There was some lackluster cards in there. Psychic Wilder, probably the most lackluster card in here. Um, also you need power spells. I think power spells over hand traps actually good, but I need more power spells. Overall, this power spells work so much better. That's pretty much it. I'll be having another video coming out tomorrow about what cards I'm gonna be taking out, plus tech choices I would recommend, what card I would recommend playing in this build, as well as um was it as well as combos, like what combo I was like utilizing and all that. But overall, I recommend this deck. Oh, also I'm gonna come out with a budget version. Like I'm doing another deck profile. You don't need a cash tarot card. If you don't have the cash tarot card, I'll just say build a like you don't need a cash tarot or adventure engine. I know people. It's like it's like I want to play Scareclaw, but it's so expensive. Okay, the core itself is try hard. Light card is like $6, like $3 or $4. Try hard is about 8. You need 3. Those are I would say, man, oh man, you could have got those when they're cheaper. But it's like sometimes you don't pick up a deck until later. Um, the biggest thing I can say is like use Dueling Book, use Dueling Nexus. You don't need Venture Engine. You don't need Cash Terror card. Like initially, the only Cash Terror card you need is Scareclaw Cash Terror. If you don't have the others, I'll recommend playing that too because it's searchable. You don't need it. You don't need it as much. And the good thing about it, anytime someone tries to target a card in your graveyard, you could and you got Scareclaw Cacteria, you could chain that ban because it summons itself first and then bans the card after. That's mean it's always going to be whatever chain like it's always going to be the last chain. That's mean like say chain link one a card and then your opponent goes Bistio, like say you put a card in graveyard, then your opponent goes Bistio, Chainlink one. You could go Chainlink two, Scareclaw Cacteria, banish it, and it can't summon the Bistio because the card is not in the graveyard at the time of resolution of the effect. But overall, I definitely recommend playing this build. I'm gonna show you a budget build of this. Don't worry, I'll be coming out soon. Then once again, Mr. Blink's another video. Locals report, deck profile. I got second place, baby. Let's go. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, like this video, share with a friend. And that's it. Peace, everybody. Have good blessings. Peace.